All right, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're enjoying your day. Now it is time to talk about the NFC East. This is another division I'm very familiar with, and honestly, this is going to be a very painful video because I have to talk about the reality of Washington. I don't want to talk about the Commanders, bro. I had so much hope last year when it came to Washington, and they just... Let's get into this. Obviously, some moves were made here in the division. Not much to really speak of. The biggest move that was made in this entire division was the Philadelphia Eagles going out and trading for A.J. Brown. So now you get Jalen Hurts, a huge weapon in A.J. Brown. That completely changes how that offense is going to look. So the Eagles have massively improved. They also had a really good draft. So we'll get into that, man. Let's talk about what happened in this division last year. Last year, the Dallas Cowboys won the NFC East once again. Nobody is surprised to see the Dallas Cowboys winning this division. They're by far the most talented team in this division. I think you can make that debate that, the Eagles are in the conversation, but no, I would still say Dallas is a more talented team. Everyone expecting them to win the division. I already had them winning the division for the most part by like week 4. Although I didn't pick them to win the division coming into last year because I wanted to be a fan for the first time and say, you know what? Washington's defense got it. We're going to get this all locked down. And then they disappointed me. So, every year I continue to lose more and more hope with Washington. So, eventually I'm just going to stop trusting them to do anything competent. It is what it is. But the Cowboys won the division last year, had a playoff game at home against the San Francisco 49ers. And then one of the most funniest endings to a playoff game I have ever seen, the Cowboys somehow lose this game. Dak runs a draw. They run out of time. They lose the game. The official announces this is the end of the game and just dips, and it was hilarious. So Cowboys find a way to lose another playoff game in another painful way. Their fans were crying. Everybody else around the league was laughing. Everyone else around the media was laughing. Skip Bayless was crying as usual, blaming the ref. What else is he going to do? He's going to whine and complain. That's what Cowboy fans do. It is what it is. But yeah, Cowboys, they got to they won the division, had a playoff game at home, and they lost it. That's all you would have to say about that. Same thing for the Philadelphia Eagles. They didn't win the division, but they made the playoffs, went up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and like I said in my previous video, they were outclassed. They were not going to win that game. They gave it a shot, but yeah, Jalen Hurts was not ready for that moment, and that team just wasn't ready at the time. They were outclassed. They got to the playoffs, good for them. Jalen Hurts got some playoff experience, didn't win. It is what it is. Moving on. Who would be next? The Giants. The Giants just disappointed. In some people's cases, they disappointed. Most people didn't believe they were going to do anything. Most people also believe Daniel Jones is not going to ever be a good quarterback. So, take that how you will. No one had any expectations for the Giants last year. So, yeah, they didn't impress anybody. Injuries played a factor, but, it is what it is. Daniel Jones didn't really look impressive to most people. The offense was not good. Then again, I've been one to say that where were the weapons for him? Who was he throwing to last year? But it is what it is. Either way, the Giants were what most people expected. A disappointment last year, didn't make the playoffs. It is what it is. Then we get to Washington. I had some high hopes about Washington. Maybe I was optimistic, Maybe I was too blinded. I really wanted Washington to be good last year. I'm sitting here thinking, you know what? Heineke, Taylor Heineke went toe-to-toe in that playoff game against Brady. We almost beat the Bucs. This year, our defense is going to be even more bolstered. We got it! So because of that, I actually predicted that Washington could win the division, shock the world, and win the division because that defense was going to be that damn good. As usual, Washington found a way to disappoint me, just like every other year of my life. Do you know this team has been terrible my entire time of being on this planet? Like, they've had moments where they made the playoffs, but obviously the best year I've been alive to see this team was 2012, RG3's rookie year. And even then, we lost that playoff game because RG3 completely tore his knee. So 2012 was the best year of my entire life watching this football team. At some point, you get tired, bro. You just get tired, bro. You just get tired. But yeah, last year they disappointed me in the worst way possible. It's one thing if the offense would have underperformed, but our defense, I said it in that video. I was like, the defense is going to be the only reason we make the playoffs. And that defense massively disappointed. After something like that, how can I sit here and say they're going to do anything special? I'm not wasting my time. Washington's at the bottom of the division. I am not going to overshoot it this year. Last year, I overshot it, said y'all going to win the division. This year, prove it. I'm putting you at the bottom. Prove it to me. Prove it. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired. I keep trying to have hope. I keep trying to be optimistic. Carson Wentz? What am I going to do with a Carson Wentz? Carson Wentz is not going to change life in Washington. I'm sorry. Losing myself. Defense underperformed. Offense wasn't great. Heineke didn't work out. It is what it is. We didn't do anything. Let's move on right now. Ceiling and floor. Not wasting my time. I already got the Commanders. Their ceiling is 9-8. Maybe they'll be over 500. Their floor is 6-11. Probably where they're going to be at this year. Prove me wrong. Please. I want you to prove me wrong. Last year I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. I tried to overshoot and said you could win the division because this defense is that damn good. With the pieces we add, you should have been good. I'm not doing that anymore. At this point, I'm putting you at the bottom. Prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. I'm tired of y'all, bro. I can't keep doing this with y'all every damn year. You're at the bottom of the division. 6-11 is your floor. 9-8 is your ceiling. Next up, you've got the Giants. Yeah, the Giants. I have them. Their ceiling is around 9-8, potentially 10-7. I'll probably lean more towards 10-7 because they had a really good draft. Like they won one of the best drafts. One of the best drafts, man. They did a great job in getting exactly what they needed. And I believe Daniel Jones has weapons now, so there's no excuse for Daniel Jones this year. You gotta produce. If you're the guy that Giants fans claim you are, you gotta produce this year with the team. But I think their ceiling's around 9-8, 10-7, and their floor is around 6-11, probably similar to where Washington will be this year, unless they can prove me wrong. After that, we have the Eagles. I have them at 11-6. I think their ceiling is 11-6, potentially 12-4, because they're a really good football team, offensively and defensively. They're very talented, and they just added a major piece in A.J. Brown to help Jalen Hurts. So that offense could be something very special if Hurts takes the next step. And I believe Jalen Hurts will make the next move. He'll take the next step and start to really become a really good quarterback. Hopefully that'll be the case. But the ceiling is 11-6. The floor is 7-10. We'll see what happens with that. And then lastly, the Cowboys. I also have their ceiling at 11-6. Just because, you know, the talent there and Dak Prescott's still there. So as long as you got Dak Prescott, you still got your main pieces, you're good. All right, so I don't really have to worry about the Cowboys. They're a talented football team. They'll always be in the mix for it. I expect them to win this division because they're the most talented team in the division, but I expect this to also be a fight. It's going to be similar to damn near every year in the NFC East. You just don't know who's going to win. So that's why I have it very close. 11-6, 11-6, 10-7, 9-8, very close in the division. It's probably not going to be like that. Probably be lower, but we'll see. Yeah, ceiling for the Cowboys, 11-6. The floor for the Cowboys, 8-9. There's not much to really say about the NFC East. It's one of the weaker divisions in football. Most of this video was just me ranting because I'm so sick of putting my faith in Washington just for them to piss me off every year. Yet, at the end of the day, I come into every season with optimism and be like, yeah, you know what? This could be the year. This team has been damn near garbage for my entire life. Can you do something? Please. I'm tired of y'all. Do something. 2012 was the only time I felt true joy watching this franchise. There was hope for the first time. But because we can't have anything good in this can't have anything good here. You know, every time I pass by that damn stadium, I just keep thinking to myself, one of these days, man, one of these days, like the football gods have to at some point let us have this. Every time I drive by that stadium, I keep thinking the football gods will bless this stadium one day. One day, FedEx Field will be good. It will be filled with people happy to actually be there. But yeah, let me not waste any more time. I got the Cowboys winning the division. Eagles right behind them. I think the Eagles will make the playoffs. Similar to last year, I think the Eagles and Cowboys will make the playoffs. The Giants will be right there at 10-7, fighting, or at least around there, fighting for a playoff spot. Maybe they can take it, but I don't know. But I think they'll be in playoff contention. They'll be a better football team this year than they were last year, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to put them in the playoffs. And then I have the Commanders at the bottom of the division because I'm done trying to overshoot. If prove me wrong, please prove me wrong. I'm tired, bro. I can't keep doing this with you every year. Every year I come in with optimism and it dies by like week 4. Please prove me wrong this year. Last year I put you at the top of the division. This year I'm putting you at the bottom. Prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong and win the division. I'm begging you to prove me wrong. But yeah, Cowboys at 1, Eagles at 2, Giants at 3, Washington at 4, and we'll just see what happens with that. With that being said, let me get away from this video. I don't want to talk about Washington anymore. I'm so sick of them right now. That's all I got to say, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.